this equal? This was Hurricane Katrina. It was 2005 in the United States of America. Look at the faces. Is what you see a coincidence? The same conditions that you saw in New Orleans are also found right here in Virginia.
I think everybody in our community should be angry about how much discrimination there actually is in housing in our community. It's shocking. There have been a number of studies done, both federal and state-funded studies done, for example, just in the last 5 or 6 years, between 2000 and 2005. And they show that in slightly more than 50% of the cases in which minorities are seeking housing, they experience some form of discrimination in their search for housing. Where you live impacts so many sectors of your life. It's not just the roof over your head and the rooms in which you live. It's the neighborhood in which you raise your kids. It's the schools that you send your kids to. It's all of those things. And if my dollars do not go as far as someone else's dollars simply because of the color of my skin, that is having a fundamental impact on my life.
Individual discrimination happens more than you think.
Well, a Chesterfield County man is in hot water after refusing to sell his house to a black woman.
I said, excuse me, because I didn't think I heard him right.
Till I get it in black and white and notarized from Chesterfield County, it won't be no mood on this whole damn block.
It was like a slap in the face. I didn't know what to think. The white-colored water fountains, the back of the bus, it made me feel like you're saying that I am less than you.
It doesn't matter whether you are a person with a disability, or if you're older, or if you've got kids, or if you're a person of color, you will encounter discrimination or unfair practices when you look for a place to live.
Home is well known for its advocacy for victims of discrimination, winning in the Supreme Court of the United States. The courts are a last resort for Home, but sometimes they are the only way to challenge business as usual.
I do believe that many of the companies that we filed suit against, they just didn't know they were doing wrong. Some may have, but I don't think most of them did. And so helping people to understand why your style of business or your practice is wrong and illegal is important. Nationwide came to the table. We settled. And the CEO of Nationwide actually told our president, Connie Chamberlain, that the lawsuit actually helped them change their policies. And he realized that, you know, it was good business to work in all neighborhoods. So it was really a win-win situation.
Not all barriers to equal housing access are straightforward cases of discrimination. Some come from dishonest people taking advantage of others in trouble. It happens more than you think.
I got behind a couple of months. And when I went in to try to make some arrangements and so forth, that's when I found out that I didn't have really a mortgage loan. So, but if Home had not intervened, and me being a nobody, and nobody wants to listen and nobody wants to help, I would have probably lost the property.
Between 1990 and 2000, Home was responsible for 88% of the 683 new African-American homeowners in Richmond.
Home has made a big difference. We've educated consumers, and I believe that we are making a difference in the way people think about equal access to housing.
When my daughter was 1.5 years old, I realized I needed to leave a bad relationship. People didn't really want to hire somebody that was living in a shelter. But I did end up getting a job with a daycare so that I could raise my daughter. And I was trying to get an apartment, but I was having trouble saving enough money for the down payment, secured deposit and all of that. And plus, working in daycare, you don't make a lot of money. And housing opportunities made equal helped me with that. They gave me the money for the deposit on that apartment. I had hit what they call a bump in the road. I've always been a responsible person, but it was a very difficult time for me, and I didn't know how I was going to get through it. Housing Opportunities Made Equal helped me through that. I signed that on my 40th birthday, the sales contract for the house, and 6 months later, I was in the house. I still, I get a warm feeling thinking that, but I did not do this on my own. I could not have done it on my own. Housing Opportunities Made Equal helped me out of the shelter system. Housing Opportunities Made Equal helped me buy my house. I couldn't have done it on my own.
Today, many Virginians do not yet have equal access to housing. But who cares? It is our obligation as human beings and a nation to provide equal access. Home will continue to channel the time, energies, and resources it takes to fight for what is right. We have a personal obligation to pay attention. We can't afford not to.